What's going on, my babies? Welcome back to another episode of The Spiritual Word. As always, I apologize for any noises in the background in advance and anything of that nature. And as always, before I start these, I like to start this off with a disclaimer by stating that these are for entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research to come to your own conclusions, to have your own answers, to make your own decisions, and I believe in your ability to do so, to be your own person. And before I get into today's episode, I want to say that I have an audio version of the podcast anywhere you can find audio podcasts, and I have a video version of the podcast on YouTube. They're both named The Spiritual Word. I'm your host, Jackie. I upload Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. And if science, psychology, spirituality, self-help, philosophy are things that you're interested in, then I recommend subbing or following whatever platform you're finding me on. Those are my main 5 go-to topics. So, in today's spiritual, concept, I want to talk about manifestation, and I want to talk about how to match the frequency of the thing that you're desiring. And this is something that I've struggled with personally, which is why I want to talk about the way that I want to talk about it in this specific way. So, I've already posted a bunch of fake it till you make it type of videos where it's like you have to match the vibration of whatever you're trying to get, but if you're trying to get doesn't feel real to you, or if because your beliefs are clashing with this idea, or like you feel like it's not true for you or that'll never be true for you, then you will struggle a lot to make this happen for yourself. And you'll struggle a lot with faking it till you make it. And you will struggle with the actual matching of the vibration, matching of the energy. And so I talk about it in a way where you have to playfully pretend. You have to pretend that you're this person, pretend that this is this, and, make it happen like that. Now, the best way that I can describe what I mean by those videos and what I mean by that, faking it till you make it, it's kind of like if you don't normally cook, and so the one time that you do cook, it's something really, really basic, but you sit there and you're like, okay, so everybody just look at this. We're gonna first, everybody, we grab this, and then we turn on the stove, and then we do this, and blah, blah, blah. And also, my cat is trying to get out. Sorry about that. I had to let my cat out. But anyways, so you have to fake it till you make it, in the sense that, like, you're already doing that. My phone just slipped. You're already doing that, so do that in a way that's actually beneficial and that's actually helpful for you specifically. For example, if you, like, we're gonna take this example, the same example. If you're pretending that you're running this cooking show, that's what you want to do, right? You do that. But do that with something that you directly want to do. Like, for example, if you want to manifest money, pretend you're a fucking billionaire. And I'm sorry for swearing. That was unnecessary. But pretend you're a billionaire. Move through your life as though there was cameras following you and asking you what it's like to be a billionaire. What would a billionaire be doing? And what would they talk about when they're live on camera? What would they talk about while these cameras are following them around? Would they point out certain things? Would they be like, oh, you see that right there? That's how you save money, or like blah, 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 right? You just have to do stuff like that and slowly do that as much as you can, as often as you can, for as long as you can. Now, sometimes you forget, sometimes you can't really do that because you're busy or you have to focus on something or blah, 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 right? But you can still do that throughout any moment in time, right? You can do that even if you're at work. You'd be like, oh, I just come here, pretend to be with these broke people because it makes me feel good, or whatever. Like it makes them feel good, or it makes me feel good. And do that in a really playful manner, and it'll make it, whatever you're doing, a very light-hearted task. Because you're not going to be so focused on all the other things that you need to be focused on. You're going to be focused on matching the vibration of what it would be like if you were actually a billionaire in this actual situation. And because you're doing that, you're tricking the universe into being like, oh, that's so weird. I guess this is true, because the universe doesn't know right or wrong. Like, it doesn't know up or down. And all it knows is vibration. All it knows is energy. All it knows is energy in motion. Emotion, and that's what it's going to do. It's going to match that concept, and that's what it's going to do. So that's why I talk about these concepts as faking it till you make it, and that's why I talk about these concepts in the ways that I talk about them, because they're going to be the most beneficial for you if you're using them and applying them the way that I'm talking about them. And I always start these off with disclaimers talking about how you're your own person, you can, do your own thing, which is why I want to reiterate the fact that I do that. This is for entertainment purposes only. You need to always do your own research to come to your own conclusions, to make your own answers, to have your own decisions. But regardless, I hope that this is helpful in any way, shape, or form. And I'm going to end it here just because I feel like that's as clear and really good. Like, I feel like that was a lot of information, regardless of the fact that it's only been 6 minutes. So, with that being said, thanks for tuning in and tapping in, my babies. As always, I appreciate you and I love you. And thank you for supporting me and being here. And like I said, I have an audio and a video version. They're both named The Spiritual Word. I'm your host, Jackie. Thanks for tuning in and tapping in. I love you, my babies, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.